genetics got me in my bag.
Okay, so hey you guys, welcome back to Mars, and today we'll be doing a DIY, and I'm really excited for this DIY. It was the basketball purse. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but I'll put my source of inspiration like right in the corner somewhere, but I was really excited to do this DIY. So this is the Nike mini swoosh basketball. It is pink. That's one of my favorite colors. So this purse is fully functional. The zipper really does open and close. I actually hand sewn the zipper into the ball. And before we get into this video, I have some great news. I finally came up with a YouTube schedule. I'm going to upload a video every week for you guys, so be on the lookout. Y'all can follow me on Instagram to know the exact day, but if you subscribe and you click that little bell on the side, then you really wouldn't have to do that. So okay, so you guys, that's all the news I have for right now. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so these are the supplies that you will need for this DIY. Be sure to add a short purse chain to the list. I purchased mine for Amazon. And yeah, so let's get started. First, we will take our basketball and we're going to figure out where we want the opening to go. I decided to put mine at the very top. So once you figured that out, you take your zipper, you lay it across wherever you want it to go. And you kind of like make sure you have it right in position right before you make your markings, because it is permanent and we do not want to mess up the ball. Okay, so here's a closer look of how I'm putting my markings down. I'm going by the very end of the zipper to the other end of the zipper, and we're going to make the lines. Make sure you have it very neat. This is like one of the most precise steps in this DIY because you want your opening to be exact. Okay, so now we're going to remove the zipper, and these are the lines that I decided to use for my zipper opening. Okay, so the next step is the D-ring. We're going to put a little dot where we want the D-ring to go. Then for the other D-ring, we're going to go along the line. As you can see, I'm doing it right about now. And we're going to the other side of the ball, and that's where we're going to place our second marking. Alright you guys, so here's where it get a little bit harder. We're going to make a little slit where we want the zipper to be. So how I'm doing mine is I kind of like eyeballed where I want the slit to begin. So as you can see now, I'm trying to push the X-Acto knife through. I eventually get it through, and then once I get it through, I'm going to actually let air out before I actually begin cutting. Okay, so as you can see, I did one of the cuts off camera, and now we're finna begin the second. So I used my X-Acto knife to cut the marking that we did earlier in the video, and then I eventually switched over to scissors because the X-Acto knife was giving me a very hard time, y'all. Okay, so now that we have our opening completely done, we're going to actually get our scissors and an X-Acto knife if you feel the need to, and actually clean up the opening, because I didn't really like some of the little flyaways that was on there. And make sure you actually clean it up, because my finished product was good, but I did not really clean it up as much as I wish I should have. So the next step after we actually finish cleaning it up, we're going to move on to the D-rings. You're going to see that I actually did one D-ring off camera as shown here, and now we're going to do the second one. So we're going to get our X-Acto knife and we're going to push the tip of the X-Acto knife through the ball, and I'm going to start going in circular motion so I can make sure it's a hole and not a slit. Alright, so finally we're going to take the back of the D-ring, which is the screw part, and push the screw from the inside of the ball to the outside. So there you go. We finally got the screw from the inside to the outside. And now you're going to see me pushing down the extra pieces around the screw so we can actually get the D-ring on top and screw it as tight as possible. So now that we have the screw in, we're going to take the top of the D-ring and twist it on the screw until it becomes completely tight. So y'all, this step is completely optional. I actually took some super glue and I put it under the D-ring. Make sure your D-ring is straight because you do not want it to dry crooked. But I did this because I just wanted some extra security. So this, like I said before, it's completely optional, but I would highly recommend because it wouldn't hurt to be extra secure. And now this is what you guys should have. We should have our zipper opening and our D-rings on both sides completely installed and ready for the next step. Okay, so since we got all that done, this is the beginning of the next process. So I'm going to take my zipper, as you can see, and I'm getting the paper clamps and I'm clamping the zipper to the basketball, and I'm placing it where I want it to go so I won't have too much of a hard time trying to do it while I'm sewing. So now, after you figure out the placement of your zipper, you can actually begin to sew. Today I will be hand sewing the zipper using a back stitch technique, which is going through the inside of the zipper, through the ball, pulling the thread completely through, and going back in the hole you ended the previous stitch at. Okay, so here's a closer look on how I am sewing the zipper through the ball. And as you can see, I start using the pliers to pull the needle all the way through because it was applying way too much pressure on my fingers, and my fingers kind of started to swell, and I really wanted to finish the project, so I found a way. And for y'all, I'm going to actually link a video in the description box below to further explain how to do a back stitch. Now we are finally done. We have our zipper sewn down, we have our D-rings installed, and now all we have to do is add the chain. I actually added my chain off camera because it's pretty self-explanatory. All you have to do is add the little clamps that come on the end of the chain to the D-rings on the side of your purse, and then there you are. Okay, so here's how my basketball purse came out. I am really happy with the outcome, but one little thing I was telling y'all before early in the video is that I did not cut it neatly right here, so it's kind of like a little lump right there. So make sure, like I said before, that y'all actually clean it up so y'all can have a neater zipper opening. But other than that, I really like how the ball look is fully functional. Here's it opening, and you know, it opens and then it closes. That's how it is. So like I was saying, I was really happy about how my ball purse came out. If y'all decide to do one, please tag me on Instagram. I would really appreciate that. You know, that would warm my little heart. I will be creating more, so y'all can follow my Depop so you can purchase them. I will put my Depop somewhere here, you know. And so yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and also press that little bell on the side so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. Until next time.